Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. My name is Joycelyn Dadzi. I'm the face behind this page. I'm a mother of two amazing boys. I'm a registered nurse. I'm originally from Ghana, and I'm a proud digital business entrepreneur. So about a year ago, I joined a digital business franchise to enable me earn extra income towards my retirement so I can retire early and spend quality time with my family. This digital franchise has over 160,000 members worldwide, and they provide training, mentorship, coaching, anything you need to transform from whatever you are doing into a successful digital business entrepreneur. Let's Talk Business with Joy is a program to bring some of these entrepreneurs here so I can interview them, ask them questions, their why, so that hopefully their answers will inspire you and let you know there are so many options out there if you so wish to change. It is for that reason that I am so blessed to have my business partner all the way from Belgium to join us today. So please help me welcome Josephine Roberts. Welcome,
Thank you
sis.
so much. Thank you so much. That is the warmest welcome ever. Thank you, sis. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. And this is a full circle moment. I saw Josephine interview people a few months, well, about, I don't know if it's been a year. It was maybe a year ago. I don't know. And I'm like, oh, I can do that. And here we are.
Yes, and you're doing such an amazing job. So keep it up.
Oh,
Really, really
thank
inspired by
you.
you too.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, sis, you can introduce yourself to my audience.
Okay. So as she mentioned, as my Joycelyn mentioned, my name is Josephine and I'm living here in Belgium with my three kids and husband. I'm a research scientist by profession with my background in industrial engineering in chemistry. And I'm also a proud digital business owner for, I think, exactly 3 years now this month, because I saw
Wow.
this 2020 in the middle of the pandemic in July. So yeah, 3 years into this now.
Wow. Wow. So I guess happy anniversary, right?
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Good have thought.
So the question I have is
Mm.
why digital? Why work online? You were a mom, you are busy, you are a scientist with background in chemistry. Ooh, scares the heck out of me. Why become a digital business entrepreneur?
Well, for me, like you said, I love what I do and I have a very hectic schedule. But I still decided to jump on board of this because of one thing, family. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I started working, and I think it's like almost 12 years now, I think 2020, 2011, I started working where I'm currently working. And I had, just came out of home, got my own place, very single when I started work. So I was super flexible, okay? And this
Wow.
translated to the work atmosphere too, because like, with our job, we need to travel to help clients with their issues and help them solve things and get up and running again with production and whatever or not. And so, like, there'll be other hours that people will have, these plants will have issues and someone's got to go. And I
Mm.
didn't mind to do those odd hours, those weekends, those holidays, because hey, I was only living by myself and no one to attend to. So yeah, I was like, okay, sure, I'll do that. But then I got married, then kids started coming into play.
Yeah.
And then you and I know you cannot be that flexible anymore,
Nope.
right? Yeah, so this is what happened because at work they were used to me being the most flexible of the team. And now, I would say no to them. They would ask, oh, can you go to Germany on Wednesday? Like on Monday, they're asking me that for Wednesday. And I'm like, I'm sorry, it's my turn to kind of like pick the kids from school and they have activities that I have to drop them at and be at and all that. And they're like, but you used to do this. What's coming over you that you always say no, no, no? I'm like, yeah. So there was a bit of friction starting to start,
Wow.
at work. And I was thinking like, okay, at some point I will need to decide what I want most in my life currently. Is it, build that career and be all out there, taking whatever comes with it, or
Yeah.
to choose to be present. be there for the kids, be there for the milestones, be there for the family. And you and I know what choice we'll make, right? If you have ever placed
Yeah.
in such a place. I love what I do, but
Yeah.
my kids, my family, it's number one to me. So I
Yeah.
always knew it's the work I'll need to change something about if I wanted to be more present there. But even though I knew this, you start to think, yeah, but you have the mortgage coming up. You have, responsibilities you're taking care
Yeah.
of back home. You have, all these things coming on. You're like, okay. So I just walk up to them and tell them like, hey, I'm out, or hey, I'm cutting down hours. How are you going to
No.
replenish that income that you're gonna miss?
Yeah.
So I was a
Yeah.
bit reluctant, even though I knew what I wanted, I was reluctant to really take that step because I knew the implications of it. Okay. So what actually gave me a push, as I just mentioned, was the pandemic. Like in the heat of the pandemic, I had some people that are quite close that unfortunately in the prime of their life, super healthy, just about to kind of like
Yeah.
boost in life, and you're like, oh, they're normal because, they also fell to
Yeah.
COVID. And it made me realize how fragile. I knew that, but it was kind of like a confrontation to me that, life is
Yeah.
fragile. If you want to do something, nothing is a given. Like we make plans like 5 years, in 10 years, I want to do this, but
Yeah.
it can all be gone in a day. So then I realized actually I need to take action. So actually, that's when I
Wow.
actively started searching. But maybe I'm a difficult person, I don't know. Because everything I saw, I had a but to it. It didn't tick all the boxes and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
until I saw an ad of a lady who was also Ghanaian, and she was explaining how she had found this thing that was helping her to be there for the kids. And this was like me seeing myself in there because this is what I was aspiring to get to. So it piqued my
Yeah.
curiosity. I checked out her ad and it came with this webinar. And 3 years now, here I am having this interview, sharing my life with you. So yes, this is
Oh
how
my
I got on board.
God.
And this was my why. Yeah.
It's almost like sometimes we need a push. If the pandemic
Yeah.
hadn't happened, you probably would still have that thought at the
Yeah.
end of, at the back of your head, but would never
Yeah.
have acted on it. So sometimes we
Exactly.
need that. Yeah, we need those little pointers like get up and do it. What was it about you kind of touched on it briefly. What was it about this particular system that made you realize it's checked all the boxes for you? Because you said you had seen quite a few, but they really didn't tick the boxes for you.
First thing is what I like is that, they came with a webinar that was willing to explain it to you. Like, most of the
Yeah.
things that I saw, they were like these shiny objects, like, they promise heaven and moon, but you don't figure out what exactly it is. Or then you see in little letters, there's this but. And most of the things that is in the small letters are actually the most important things people need to know, but they're not seeing it, right? Because it's really written in
Yeah.
time. So I like the transparency because it was a pretty, extensive webinar, 90 minutes, one and a
Yeah.
half hours of watching, where they
Yeah.
broke down not even just starting with what they had to offer, but also what is out there in general and what is going on in the online space and how this can help you. So already you got a knowledge about the professionalism, let me put it that way, that all
Yeah.
this came to me and I was intrigued. And
Yeah.
the fact that also my mentor was also an African lady also kind of like put me in that direction. I wanted to know
Okay.
more, like, what is she
Yeah.
talking about? What has she found? And her story
Yeah.
just mirrored mine. So there was also a
Yeah.
connection on there when I saw that. So, but what
Yeah.
pushed me to go to the next step was really the transparency I saw in the webinar. That is what made me want
Yeah.
to know more. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's one of the qualities I love about this business because like you said, there are a lot of online businesses, whatever systems around, but this is a system you can plug into. It's transparent. They let you know from the word go. This is what it's about.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
want to join, if you can, it's up to you. Like nobody's forcing anybody.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it. What has surprised you the most? What would you say? I mean, you knew coming in, you were a little skeptical, but you joined and you're like, in the 3 years that you've been doing this, what has surprised you the most?
Do I need to say one because I could write a book about this? But okay. Well, I just shared my why. This was just getting time freedom to be with the family, right? Little did I know that coming into this business meant not only to gain that freedom in terms of finances, but I'll be working on me more. This took me by surprise. Like, it was about coming in, doing whatever needs to be done, so at least I can, cut down a bit of hours and then, just go about it doing my stuff. But my goodness, like I've realized that, this whole thing is a journey, but it's also a self-development you go through. You learn all kinds of skills you didn't know, like, you even didn't know you could do them. Like talking to you like right now, normally I'm kind of like an introvert person, but you would not say that looking at my page, like, I'm out there, I'm talking to people, I'm
Yeah,
interviewing people and all that. But this
yeah,
is through this process of growth that I went through, going through the training and going through the business and building experience. And then I didn't even come from the IT space. You know me, I'm a science girl. And here I
yeah,
am. I'm able to work on platforms I didn't even dream of, or
yeah,
to mentor other people to also be able to set up a business and change their lives. And it's been such an amazing journey. It's crazy to think, like, I've come this
yeah,
far. Because it's not only like you are also helping yourself be the better version of you, but you get to help other people also become the better versions of themselves. And you see them also growing to that, and you feel like a proud mama. I
yeah,
have three kids, but sometimes I
yeah,
feel like I have a whole lot, just really
yeah,
proud of all the things I see them doing out there. So that was the
yeah.
main surprise that got me. I didn't know I was gonna put myself on the tray myself and also work on me whilst I was out there getting all those other things done. So it's been amazing. It's been amazing
Yeah.
too.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. It's almost like the gift that keeps on giving, It's like
Exactly.
coming for one thing, and before you know it, you've built the skills around, you believe in
Mhm.
yourself, you know you
Yeah.
can do it, you've seen others do it. So you're like, yes, I
Yeah.
can do that. And you do it,
Yeah.
like you actually do it. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, what would you say keeps you going? What motivates? You kind of mentioned a little bit about your family,
Yeah.
but now that you own your own business, there's always that chance of, I don't want to get up, I don't want to do that. But what is it that wakes you up at night? What makes you, puts the oomph, like I got to get this by all means. What keeps you
Yeah.
motivated?
So this is one of the things I also have a discussion with people coming into business. I always ask them first question, what is your why? Because your why is going to be like the fuel to your vehicle to run it. Okay. Now, if you have your why crystal clear to you, for me, my kids, I want to instill in them values that are dear to me. I don't want people taking care of them and putting some values into their mind that actually I do not approve. This was one of the main things. So, and especially when I had the third, she was the girl. Like, I was like, I gotta be there for my princess. Like this one is like the main push. So they are my big why. And I also find out like a lot of times people's whys even it's not about them, it's about the people around them. And that is a good
Yeah,
why to go for. So I always say your why is going to be where you need to focus because, like you said, there are days I also feel like, okay, cut out. I just don't want to do anything today. I just want to lay here in my pajamas and everyone leave me alone, right?
yeah, yeah,
But then you remember why you're doing this. It's because you want to
yeah,
be there to be able to pick up the kids when the school bell rings. Not that you have to go to
yeah,
aftercare and you're rushing like through traffic like 6 p.m. to come and pick them up. No, you want to
yeah.
be there just like other parents are doing. You remember all these things, you'll see the look on their faces when they come outside and they see, oh, you're also there. And you're running to you and they start telling you about who did what in class today. And it's such a warm, heartwarming scene.
Yeah.
So you sit there,
Oh,
you think about all these things, and you're like, no, I gotta do this. And especially when
yeah.
you get to see the results, that is like a catalyst to keep you just going for more. So
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
it'll be my kids. They are my big why. They are the one that is fueling me to do this. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say this business is for everyone or anyone?
I will say yes, and I'll say a bit of a no. This business is for everyone because anyone can do this, okay? We have a system in place, you're plugging into that system, and now the but or the no that I said. But
Yeah.
you should be willing to also work your business because you are starting a business, you know. You gotta be determined, you gotta be motivated, you're willing to
Yeah.
be coachable and willing to learn. I had no clue about this. I was in the science field and here I am. So you should be
Yeah.
willing to also calm down and learn because success leave clues. So if you come in and you're looking for the clues to success, you'll find it. Okay. So, yes, it's for everyone, no matter what background you have, whether you're tech savvy or not, anyone can do this. But you should be willing to learn. You should be willing to work your business. You should be willing to be determined and motivated to make this thing work, not only for you, but for the people around you. So, if you say yes to that and you say yes to that, then absolutely, this is for you. That is for sure.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
what would you say to anybody watching, somebody watching who is a little skeptical?
Mhm.
It's like, oh, this might sound too good to be true. What would you tell such a person?
So I will say, first of all, I get it. I absolutely get it because no one wants to be taken for a ride, especially in the online space. And we hear every day, day out, something that has been happening that is not so kosher or cool on the online space. So we all want to be vigilant in this place and also make sure that we are not being taken for a ride. So I get it that sometimes we are quite skeptical and cautious. On
Yeah.
the other hand, I will say this, guys, like, nothing ventured in life, nothing gained. If you are fed up of where you find yourself today and you're doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result. There is something that you
Yeah.
need to do absolutely differently to see something different happen in your life. Okay. So when opportunities present themselves, you need to find out if this is it or not just to assume. A lot of us assume that we know it before even we look into things. And this is why sometimes we kind of like miss our blessings. I'll put it out there. We miss our blessings sometimes because we are either too cautious or not willing to check it out and just assume things. Don't make that mistake, okay? Don't make that mistake. There's a lot depending on this. Like when I started this, I also didn't get the whole thing. I know I got bits of it, but because I wanted to figure out if this was it or not, because I told you I've already been reluctant for years. I knew what I had to do, but I took my time to do it, okay? And I decided to check if this was it or not. And eventually, with me looking at the facts, not assuming, I saw that potential in this business and I jumped on board. Immediately, I got my information. I knew this was it and I jumped on board. So, how are you going to get your information to figure out if this is it or not? You need to take that step. No one is going to do it for you. We can tell you our entire life, we can tell you how things are going for us, but you need to start your own journey, and only you can take that first step. And we are here to hold your hand and help you across the river as we put it, but you should be willing to kind of like come to us so that we can help you going. So,
Yeah.
if you've been watching Joycelyn come on here with different people, sharing their lives, sharing their stories, and every day you are even getting popcorn or some wine to sit down and watch them, put that down, put that popcorn down, and finally do something. Take a massive action and do something for you because you will thank yourself. Your future self is going to thank you for making that move today. Okay. So I'm going to stop here before I stop preaching. So over to you, Joyce.
I Well, thank you so much. I know a lot of people are very passionate about this business, and even when I start going, I don't stop. So I completely understand where you're coming from. But oh
Yeah.
my goodness, oh, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and just
Oh, it's been my
throwing
pleasure,
nuggets,
sir.
nuggets. There's a lot of things that you said tonight, and I mean today, and I am so
Mhm.
grateful. Guys, my favorite saying of late is, a journey of 1,000 miles begin with a step. You got to take that
Mhm.
step. You can take a horse to the river,
Mm,
but you can't force it to drink. You
yeah.
just have to have that passion, that burning desire to change
Mm,
and look into this. You can reach out to Josephine, you can reach out to me, whoever you resonate with, and ask questions. Knowledge is power. So find out for yourself if this might be what you are looking for, but you never know till you try. So till the next episode of Let's Talk Business with Joy, stay safe and thank you. Thank you so much, Josephine. Stay
You're
safe,
so
guys.
welcome, sis. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.